All right, so this white woman was upset when this black woman beat her in tennis. She says, no class, no education. The same tired playbook they've been running for centuries. When a black woman shows up prepared, dominant, and unshakable, watch how quickly they scramble to tear her down with the oldest trick in the book. What happened to Taylor Townsend isn't an isolated tennis moment. It's the blueprint they use everywhere. The boardroom, the courtroom, the classroom, the operating room. Anywhere we dare to excel, they're ready with the same script. Question our intelligence, attack our character, and act shocked when we refuse to shrink. Here's what they don't want you to understand. Racism doesn't clock out when you become your own boss. It doesn't take a vacation when you're chasing your dreams. It shows up in a venture capital meeting. It shows up in a client negotiations. It shows up when you're trying to secure the contract, that partnership, that opportunity you've earned 10 times over. They've perfected the art of moving goalposts. First, we're not qualified enough. Then we're too aggressive. We're not collaborative enough, but also we're not leaders. We don't fit the culture, but we're also trying too hard to fit in. The contradictions aren't accidental. They're tactical. And here's the most insidious part. They've conditioned us to question our own selves, to wonder if maybe we really are too much, to internalize their projections and apologize for our excellence, to accept crumbs while watching mediocre counterparts feast at the table we built. We're dismantling that condition right now. Every black woman watching this has been Taylor Townsend in some arena. You've delivered excellence and watched them scramble to diminish it. You've been the most qualified person in the room and you still had to prove you belong there. That's exactly why I created How to Survive Racism at Work, because we need more than just awareness. You need strategy. We need tools. We need a blueprint to protect our peace while also securing the bag. Your excellence is not negotiable. I'm Madam President with a Z, and I'm 100% politically incorrect. And the next time you win, don't even give the loser the chance to see you in your eyes.
In this era and time, it is so hard to perform or rather act in a weird way and walk away with it. So this white woman regrets doing this to a black woman because of being won, or rather being outsmarted in a cricket play. And this one brought out an outburst amongst the black race, whereby everyone or people came out to castigate her actions against this black woman. So as we watch her apologize, I want you to also watch these women castigating her and telling her that your jealousy won't take you anywhere, because as black we have risen up and we know our rights, we know what's for us, and this act is not the right one. So let us watch what these other black women had to say about his actions and jealousy. So let's watch.
I actually spoke to Alona after the match. She's nice, you know, she just sometimes can lose control.
Eastern European women are the fragile, feminine ideal within white people, aren't they? I'm just realizing that. Because between Maria Sharapova, Sabalenka, and Ostapenko, I'm realizing a recurring theme here. They're always pitted against black women who are notoriously hypermasculinized. I don't have the words for it yet because it is 4 a.m. and I haven't gone to bed yet. But there's something there, and it has to do with mail order brides. It also has to do with the content people make on here about how Slavic women are hyper feminine, hyper dolled up, they just know how to be women, quote unquote. It also has something to do with the fact that because Eastern Europe is not as economically developed, you have more conservative societies, therefore more traditionalism. Therefore, a lot of Eastern European women end up being idealized as the ideal, like, homemaker. It's all connecting, but I don't have the words for it yet. What I know is that it's showing up in these tennis matches. Check back in a few days when I figure out the words, or if somebody has the words for it and wants to pick it back off of this, please do.
Come on! Come on! Come on. Excuse me? Is she allowed to do that? Is she allowed to do that? She's speaking during this game. Is she allowed to do that? So I could do that. I could talk during the game and say, come on, come on, come on. So I don't want her to do it. Is she still allowed to do it, even though I don't want her to do it? Come on! Woo! Good. What was that for? You played a horrible game and you need to be apologizing to me. You did something wrong. You won, but you're wrong. I should have won. All those come-ons got in my brain and consumed me. How can I win?
My mom told me about a video that she saw on TikTok basically saying, I don't like when pretty women are confident. And I don't really have too much to say about that part. But something that I have noticed is when I'm in rooms with white women, and it's majority white women, they almost don't even acknowledge me. Every time I'm in a room full of white women or a bunch of white women are in the area, most white men, unless they're older, unless they're literally 60 plus, anytime I'm in rooms with women who are around my age, young or middle age, like in their 40s, they literally don't acknowledge me. Like, they don't even address me as a human. If I'm talking to them, if I'm around them, if I'm in their spaces, like literally act like they don't see me. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't need white women to validate me. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I'm very aware of what I look like, and I don't need anybody to compliment me to make me feel good about myself. When I step, I know I step. If nobody acknowledges me, that's great. But what I've noticed is it feels like white women specifically go out of their way to not acknowledge you because I feel like they don't want you to think that you're on their level because you're black. Specifically because you're a black woman. I've never had that issue with confident white girls though. I've had confident white girls before give me a compliment, but it's very rare and it barely happens. But you know, whatever, perception isn't reality. I'm not the type of person that takes offense to people not acknowledging me, and I'm not the type of person to make up certain feelings. But it's something that I've recognized repetitively in rooms with white girls who are young or white women who are middle-aged.
So, interesting fact about slavery. During slavery, when white men were raping the black woman basically every day as often as they could, to purposely create biracial children and, mass produce slaves and whatnot, the white women started getting very upset at their husbands for constantly raping our women. So much to the point where they started shaving African American enslaved women's heads. They started shaving our hair because they thought it would make us look more masculine. Thus, they thought that their husbands wouldn't rape our women as much. I'm not understanding the logic, but yeah. That fact is so interesting to me because I feel like the reason the black community, a lot of black women in the black community today have alopecia is because of that. Is because of how often they were shaving black women's heads during slavery. But yeah, that fact is just so crazy to me because what the fuck did they think that I was finna do for real? And then on top of that, like, that was the best way you could intervene? Like, the fuck? Like, and then it gives jealous. You're jealous that women are getting raped? Ooh, the logic. It's just not fucking there. They're sick. They're all sick. But yeah, it'll never be just hair for us black women because look how y'all used our hair against us for centuries in so many different ways. Until this day, till 2025, it'll never be just fucking it cut out, but it'll never be just fucking hair. I can promise you that. So let's go ahead and scrap that fuck ass argument because it's not just hair and it never was. If it was, y'all wouldn't have bullied us out of it for.
As much as this woman was trying to look down upon this black lady, she should know that in this world there are different capabilities and everyone has his or her own strength, regardless of race. Racism should not be outshone or rather outcased in a sporting activity, and everyone should just showcase his potentiality in the games he or she is performing or rather participating in. So this is an outrageous action, and that is why the black women have come out to castigate the actions of this black woman or rather of this white woman. It's about racism, and racism is a topic that has been discussed in different facets of life, with the need to end racial acts. So when we see racism appearing in sports, it calls for a dialogue and a way of talking about it deeply, with an aim of finding a long-lasting solution. So this is a video that I want you to make a comment on and tell us what you feel about it. Also, if you're watching us for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to this our channel. Thank you, and may God bless you.